President Joe Biden has just announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race. In a stunning letter that was just released moments ago by his campaign on X, formerly known as Twitter, Biden wrote, quote, that it has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president, and while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. He goes on to say that he will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about his decision. Just a stunning announcement from President Joe Biden that he intends to step down as a candidate in the 2024 election. I want to go straight to CNN White House correspondent Priscilla Alvarez, who is traveling with President Biden in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Priscilla, what are you learning?
Alex, this is a remarkable development, and it comes after a morning in which we heard more calls for the president to step down from members of his party, including, for example, Senator Joe Manchin. Now, the president in this letter released only moments ago walks through his accomplishments as president. And also, if I can read you this part, it says, "It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president." He goes on to say, while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. He goes on to say he plans to speak to the nation later this week. He also thanks Vice President Kamala Harris for, quote, being an extraordinary partner in all of this work. Now, of course, Alex, this comes after that disastrous debate performance by the president in late June. It was after that stoked so much anxiety and panic within the Democratic Party and led to a wave of calls over recent weeks for the president to step aside, to withdraw from this race. And this was something that, despite the president getting back on the campaign trail, despite private conversations with multiple lawmakers, and despite a campaign that up until this point had been maintained, even just yesterday, that he was in this race, it appears that we hit that breaking point.
Are going to be able to, in these 107 days left, really going to be able to use the financial might that they might have had if they had a year leading up to this. Kamala Harris, I think, will be able to inherit, by the law, the way I see it from the FEC, I think she'll be able to inherit the money that's in the Biden-Harris campaign right now. She's got an entire campaign structure that her team has been a part of already. Everyone else is going to have to be looking at this and saying, can I really get this nomination from the sitting vice president, endorsed by the sitting president, in the span of essentially 20 days? And if I do, I might be the dog who caught the garbage truck, because
spoke with former President Trump minutes after President Biden tweeted that he is that he is exiting the 2024 race. Obviously, this has been something that the Trump team has been singularly focused on over the last week, as those calls for Biden to get out of the race did not dissipate. I was told he was tracking this even from the Republican convention while he was focusing on who was speaking when, his own speech that last Thursday night. He was still tracking these efforts, Alex, and he told me in a quote, and I'm quoting the former president now, he said, referencing Biden, he is the worst president in the history of our country. He goes down as the single worst president by far in the history of our country. But what I pressed him on, Alex, and obviously what's important here is what this means for him and for his campaign. He told me that he believes that Vice President Harris will be easier to beat than Joe Biden would have been. Obviously, we don't know that she is going to be the nominee. Obviously, Biden has endorsed her, but there is a real question among Democrats over what that's going to look like.
Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and I told y'all niggas, and I tried to tell y'all niggas again, as y'all told me I didn't know what I was talking about, and I was putting out misinformation, and that I was wrong. Y'all told me this twice. Y'all told me this on the video I dropped on Thursday, and y'all told me on the live stream I was wrong. Well, there you go. Live in the proof in the flesh. As I told y'all, y'all could call a source uncredible. I didn't look at one source. Yeah, we got the info from Newsmax or whatever that was and everything off the rip. But when I went and dug around and looked at all the other news networks, I paid attention to the verbiage. I used the context clues in the way that they were speaking. It was evident that a play was finna get called for Biden to come withdraw, especially after the shooting happened this past week with Donald Trump. And y'all heard right there, the debate was disastrous. There's other sources that got this same write-up. They just didn't jump all the way on the gun with it. Now, he is endorsing Kamala Harris. That part was wrong. But you understood what the whole gist was, that Biden was finna drop out. Now, Donald Trump then popped out and said this: crooked Joe Biden was not fit to run for president, and is certainly not fit to serve. It never was. He only attained the position of president by lies, fake news, and not leaving his basement. All those around him, including his doctor and the media, knew that he wasn't capable of being president, and he wasn't. And now, look what he's done to our country. With millions of people coming across our border, totally unchecked and unvetted, many from prisons, mental institutions, and record numbers of terrorists, we will suffer greatly because of his presidency. But we will remedy the damage he has done very quickly. Make America great again. And that nigga Trump is not going to show no type of remorse as expected. As I told y'all before, I have no dog in this fight. I have no rat in this race. I have no money on neither one. I'm not voting. I just want y'all to be able to use y'all context clues, common sense, and be able to read between the lines, bro. That's all it is with me. I am a media platform. I am a media personality, so I got to get y'all the facts when I'm speaking on the news. And at times, you can make a prediction of what's going on. Now, Kamala Harris will get the campaign money that they have raised and everything like that. I want y'all to hear that part. And they held this tight to the last day. As y'all heard the girl say right there on CNN, and I'm gonna add links in the description where y'all can watch this in full from them and ABC or CBS, one of them, if y'all still don't want to believe me, bro. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not smarter than y'all. I'm not more intelligent than y'all. I just operate off of two things: common sense and reality, bro. And then guess what I do to put everything on top of that and cut the deck? I go find the facts. It is what it is, bro. Tell me what y'all think. Y'all go out and vote. Neither one of them have earned my vote and what I'm looking for a president. And on top of that, Kamala Harris for shit show ain't earned my vote either, and she ain't getting it either. Y'all got y'all choice. It's my job to come out here and give y'all the information of what's going on, and we'll be back to see what go down between Trump and Kamala Harris for the presidential debate, or if they pop out here for a campaign in H-Town, I will go stream it. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.